Hello, hello! Welcome back to Tennis Ace. We're still in the middle of dueling Yuya. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with that name. I really can't. Even though I can feel the fatigue growing, everything just feels so smooth. The rotation of my joints, the movement of my legs, my swings. I feel like it's all so much easier than before, as if a weight has suddenly been lifted from my back. This feels so familiar. This just might be how I used to play before. It's been so long since I've felt so comfortable playing tennis. 30, 15. Ah, I scored the point before I noticed. Well, my body's moving on its own, even though my mind is drifting off on other thoughts. My body is moving almost on instinct alone. Has Yuichi unlocked... I'm moving this. Has he unlocked Ultra Instinct? Yeah. Even before my mind can decide on the best path to take, my body is already doing it. Yuya-kun's face is so scrunched up right now, I guess he must really be struggling to keep up. The more we go on like this, the lighter I feel. This is just too much fun. It's like we are teetering on the edge, too evenly matched for one of us to really pull ahead. But right now, I definitely have the upper hand. Yuya-kun's shots are becoming more and more forceful. He's trying to stay on the offensive even when he's being pressured. That's commendable. That's a commendable effort on his part. I can't help just how much he reminds me of myself. Even when he's being pushed, his eyes are always sharp and full of life. Even if frustrated, he's still enjoying himself. I used to play like that before. I had forgotten what it feels like. Huh, I missed it. Once again, my shot paints the line. It's scary just how much my control has improved right now. I keep firing off risky shots after risky shot, and yet, they all seem to fall inside the court. 40, 15. Even the pain in my finger has become just a little buzz that I regulate to the back of my head. It's not important right now, and it doesn't bother me much. You've got to be kidding me! Yuya-kun seems to be getting really frustrated over the sudden turn in the match has taken. Heh, I would be too. In fact, I think this mirrors the development we had at the start of the second set. He's probably feeling the same way I was, perplexed, scared, and in denial. Serves him right. If he raises the bar, then all that's left for me to do is to raise it even higher. I've never really thought much while playing, but man, it's really weird to be playing almost on automatic. Yuya-kun returns a rather forceful topspin shot to the open area of the court. That would have been a decent shot if it weren't for the fact that I was totally waiting for it. Once he starts to get pressured, his playstyle becomes a lot more simple. Before, he'd at least mix and match his shots and trajectory a little, just enough. So I couldn't predict them. Now all he does is fire a high-power shot to one side and then the other. He's trying to have me run left and right, but it's becoming so tedious and predictable strategy that I can easily anticipate it. I'll show him once again that I am more than just a pile of muscle. I can also add a delicate touch when I need. As if threading a needle, I try my hand at some really precise control that I'm usually not capable of. I gently tap the ball over the net, adding some spin to that. It'll bounce backwards once it hits the ground. The ball skirts the top of the net, and just a few millimeters away from grazing it. He doesn't even make it halfway across the court by the time the ball stops bouncing, gently rolling across the ground. Game 1. Won by Michimiya, 6-5. Just like that, the crowd erupts in cheers. I guess they're getting excited now that I'm in top form. Hell, I'm getting excited too. I'm glad we switched sides before my serve. He won't have any time to recompose himself before he has to serve. Right now, I've got the ball rolling. If things keep going this way, I'm sure I'll win. But that doesn't mean I'm allowed to get risky. I'll keep an eye out on him, and I'll be wary of any changes. He's changed once during the match, so there's no reason to believe he won't change again. Watch him closely, and just try to react as fast as possible to whatever he might do. A wide slice. It's like I thought. The more pressure I put on him, the more he attempts to fall back to the shots he's more comfortable with. The number of slices he uses has skyrocketed since the last game, and now he's translating to a service too. Once again, he returns my topspin shot with another slice. Does he think the irregular bounce or the sliding motion of the slice will somehow throw me off? It doesn't make much sense. In terms of throwing me off my rhythm, that topspin forehand with an irregular bounce was much better at doing that job. But I guess he's not as comfortable using that as he is the slice. I'll try to mix and match the angles of my shots too. Instead of shooting for the baseline again, I'll shoot for a quick cross-court flat at the sharp angle. Good. That seems to have caught him off guard. Yu-Kun freezes for just a second and... 0-15. Score. This strategy just might actually bring me to victory. At this point, Yu-Kun is riled up. The odds of him recovering from this are very low. As long as he continues playing his this over-aggressive, his attack pattern will remain predictable. In that case, I should have no difficulty coming up with ways to counterattack. Just like last time, Yu-Kun comes at me with another slice, this time aiming for the center instead of going wide. The shot is even faster than the last one, but the topspin is much weaker. As far as slices go, this certainly isn't one of the best. I return with a quick cross-court shot. This catches him off guard, as he had already begun running towards the open court. He's faced to break mid-dash and run the other way. Yu-Kun manages to reach the ball, hitting another crazy angled shot. Unfortunately for him, his body balance was completely thrown off, causing his shot to fly straight into the net. 0-30. 2 more points. I just need 2 more points to win. Yu-Kun grips his racket, has become so tight that his hands have begun to shake. Not only that, he's gritting his teeth in a way that he's making weird noises from his mouth. I guess I can understand being frustrated. It felt as if he was leading the match, only to suddenly have it turned on its head at the last stretch. Having victory so close, and then having it snatched away. But I'm here to win, and I can't let pity get in the way of that. I take a few seconds, but it seems that Yu-Kun has managed to get his temper under control. But his face is nowhere near as neutral as it was before. While a few minutes ago his expression was completely blank and betrayed nothing, now his brows are furrowed, his fur is bristled, his nostrils are flared, his fangs are showing. I could tell what he was going to do during the game, but I couldn't tell what he was feeling. Now he's completed his transformation into an open book? Bad analog. But the flaring of his temper has also brought a change of his playstyle once again. Instead of falling back towards a comfortable shot, he just hit a serve with as much power as he could. I could barely reach the ball in time, even though this was his fastest serve today. He managed to to get it to go at a terrible spot for me. Instead of coming at me with a slice, he's pounding the ball with renewed vigor. Shit, I'm having trouble keeping up. I need to slow down. The point is during the... Wait. I need to slow down the point in order to catch up. I'll go with a slice. The extra time it takes for me to slice... for the slice to reach his side of the court gives me a chance to better position myself. Yu-Kun continues to pummel the ball with almost no concern for placement. Right now, he's all about power. As I constantly go for slower shots, I'm giving the chance to get more comfortable. Eventually, we're locked in and evenly matched. I hate that card. But anyone else get blown the fuck out by evenly matched? Yeah, fucking sucks. Battle of ground strokes. Except I'm thinking clearly, and I see an easy chance for another angled shot, aiming just short of the service line. The instant I hit the ball, I can already tell that there's something off. I hit the ground incredibly close to the line, sliding away from Yu-Kun's range. The Empire's eyes are glued to the ground for what feels like an eternity, trying to decide whether the shot was in or out. But even before his announcement, my stomach has already dropped, because I could already tell that. Out! 15-30! My aim was off. I don't know why, but at the last moment, it was as if my shoulder joint just seized up. Actually, now that I think about it, my entire body feels heavy. Damn it, I was playing without paying attention to myself. I went over my limits without even noticing. I guess I got so absorbed in the feeling of satisfaction that I forgot to manage my stamina. I ended up pushing myself too far without bothering to save some up for the home stretch. My legs feel like they're about to split open. I try making wide movements with my body to try to warm myself up again, but my entire body suddenly feels so heavy. My muscles are seizing up, and I didn't pay attention to the warning signs. Crap, Yu-Kun is about to serve again. I try to run towards the ball, but I immediately tell that I won't reach it. It hits the fence, echoing the sharp sound of metal. 30 all. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. I was careless, and now I'm paying the price. I already know that I was close to my limit, so I should have taken care to save up some energy. What should I do? The situation has suddenly turned into a great pinch. Right, it's do or die. If I don't find a way to break his serve right now, what chance will I have at a tiebreak? My energy isn't going to miraculously return. It's only downhill from here. I know that if I push myself over the edge, I might be able to get one last boost. But, on the other hand, if I risk it all here and can't break, I'll have absolutely zero chance of a tiebreak. No, thinking like this is pointless. I'd have no chance at a tiebreak to begin with. I'll summon up every ounce of energy I still have, and if I've truly run out, then I'll just play on my guts alone. I don't care if this match leaves me so exhausted that I can't move. I'm winning this, and I'm winning this right now. Yu-Kun restarts the match with another forceful serve. While it's plenty fast, my legs somehow oblige my desperate pleas and begin to move properly once again. Even if my arms still feel somewhat heavy, I can definitely hit it back. Just like that, we're locked in a stalemate. Yu-Kun attacks are too predictable. As long as I can still run, I can deal with them. On the other hand, I can't seem to control the ball as well as I was doing before, and my shots aren't as forceful. I can't take big risks like I was before, and they just won't pay off. But I need to come up with some way to turn this around. I'm well aware that I'm out of fuel, and unless I want to come to a full stop before this match is over, I have to do something. Even if it's risky, now is the time to risk it all. And just continuing to play this game at this high pace was already a gamble. Might as well go all the way. I hit a drop shot, silently hoping that it'll catch him by surprise. Even though his face doesn't betray much, he he seems to have been delayed one step. Will that be enough? Yu-kun throws himself to the ground, attempting to pick up the ball before it has a chance to fall, but he fails. He's just a few centimeters short of the mark, and the ball rolls on the floor towards his face. 30-40. Match point! Michimiya, finish it now! Kokonose, don't give up! The crowd seems to be more riled up than the closer the match comes to the end. At this point, my heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest. But it's no dream. I have match point. This is my chance. I doubt I'd last through the deuce. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if he manages to get to a deuce, my chances of winning will go down to 0. I need to get this last point, no matter what. Yu-kun pats himself clean of whatever specks of dirt cling to his fur and clothes after he falls. His glare feels incredibly sharp. I feel uncomfortable having him stare at me like that. But I suppose I can understand his anger, and there's nothing I can do about it. We both walk back to our positions to start what is hopefully going to be the last rally of this match. Yu-kun comes at me with another powerful flat serve. I swear these keep getting faster. I managed to reach it, but only by the skin of my teeth. My return was just good enough to avoid an instant counter. Once again, we initiate a contest of ground strokes. If my body were moving just a little more responsively, I feel like I could clinch this point fairly easily. His predictability is the only reason I can still keep up. If Yu-kun was playing just a little more rationally right now, he'd probably win. But instead, I already know he's going to attack with another flat. Huh? Before my very own eyes, I see the ball dropping right in front of the net. My mind is unable to comprehend what I see, as if in slow motion, I see the ball leaving Yu-kun's racket with very little momentum, ready to drop to the floor and stay there. He went with a drop shot at this point of the match, under all this pressure, as angry and aggressive as he's been. He manages to recompose himself enough to pull this off. For a split second, I can see what looks like the malicious smile flashing across Yuya's face. He probably noticed my struggle with my own stamina and decided to capitalize on that. Even though I feel my reaction was delayed, I have no choice but to run. If I let this point escape me, I won't be able to get back on track. I nearly fall to the ground attempting to reach the ball, but somehow I get to it. Yu-kun's drop shot was surprising, but it was nowhere near perfect. The ball had too much power and went a little too far over the net, making it easy to reach. But still, Yu-kun comes up to the net, ready to finish the point. I stand firmly, directly in front of Yu. Left or right? Which way will he shoot? A lob? Right now, when I'm far up to the net, as I can be, he chooses to attack me with a deep, aggressive lob. I have no choice but to run. I need to reach the ball. I can't even see where Yuya is right now, because my back is turned to him. There's no time for me to turn around. If I try, the ball will bounce twice, and I'll miss my chance. I've barely even practiced this shot, but I have to go for it. Without turning around, I hit the ball from between my legs towards the left side of the court. Right as I hear Yuya's confused gasp, I turn around to see that the ball went way past the defensive line of the net. Please go in. Everyone suddenly holds their breath. Me, Yuya, the audience. We're all staring with anticipation at the umpire. He opens his mouth and... Game, set, and match. Won by Michimiya. Count 6-4, 3-6, 7-5. The roars of the audience are deafening. The umpire barely has time to finish the announcement before his voice is completely drowned by the howls and yells of dozens of excited onlookers. Somewhere among them, my friends are probably also cheering for me, but right now, there are so many voices that I can't hear them. I still can't believe that I actually won. It feels so surreal. I won, somehow. Even though I've had this title for a year now, for years now, this is the first time that I've been this happy to win it. My mind seems to finally register the Akita standing in front of the net, racket under his pits, awkwardly scratching the back of his head, whisk glancing at me. Ah, right. I have to go shake his hand. Yukun, that was an amazing match. Thanks a lot. I extend my hand towards the Akita. His eyes tear up a little when he takes my hand, shaking it enthusiastically. Yeah, it really was. Damn it. I'm so frustrated that I have lost, but this was such a great match. I'm so happy. The Akita then opens his mouth in a wide, content smile, showing lots of teeth and tears streaming down his face. I'm so happy to have finally been able to play against you, Yubichi-san. I hope I get to face you again in the future. I nod. I can't really come up with the words to say. I don't even feel like I really need to say anything. We shake hands, and then make our way out of the court. I walk out of the court, and it doesn't take long to find my friends. Most of the bystanders have already left as soon as the match was over, so there weren't many people here for them to get lost among. Yuichi, that was a great match! Huh, way to deliver on the revenge thing. Although, for a second there, I was afraid you'd collapse. I wasn't just afraid of that, I was sure it would happen.
Misaguchi-san, I thought we agreed not to criticize him.
Saya shrugs. I changed my mind. I prefer to speak my thoughts. Wouldn't have it any other way, Saya-chan. Saya smiles, giving me a thumbs up. Suddenly, something very warm suddenly envelops me, nearly pushing me down to the floor. What, Aki?
Aniki, I'm so happy.
Easy there, buddy. I'm covered in sweat. You're probably going to get yourself dirty. Aki shakes his head, rubbing his face against my stomach.
I don't care. I'm just so happy to see you enjoying yourself on the court again.
Huh, you noticed that. It was clear as day to anyone who watched. At the end of the match, you just looked like you were enjoying yourself so much. You had no idea how happy it made me to see you like that again. Huh. Thanks, guys.
Should we do something to celebrate?
Can we do that another day? I'm kind of too exhausted. I just want to get to my bed and sleep.
Bummer.
Aniki, once we get home, I'm gonna help you take a bath before you get to bed. I get the feeling you'd just fall asleep and drown in the tub if I didn't. You have that little faith in me?
Actually, I think I'll just take a bath with you. Feels like it's been years since we last did that.
Wow, really? I mean, it has been quite a few years since the last time we took a bath with me.
Sure, why not? This sort of thing is nice every now and then.
Well, alright, if you insist. I pet my cute little brother's head as he continues to cling to me, even though I'm sweaty and probably reek. That sounds like a great idea. I'll join you guys too. The hell you will. If you want to take a bath, do it at your own place. Ah, Killjoy. These guys are ridiculous. I love them for it. Oh my god, was that like a 3-part day? Like, what is this? Why does this say CS instead of day? Okay. Is it morning already? Yeah, I get it. Shut up already. Stupid alarm. Wish I could just smash it into the wall. But then again, this is super expensive, so I'll refrain from that. Having a single day of class in the week is so bothersome. Why wouldn't they just take the whole week off? It's Golden Week, damn it. My bed is so comfortable, too. Can I just sleep for 5 more minutes?
Aniki.
Aki knocks on the door, calling out to me. Aki, What are you doing knocking on my door so early?
Shuichi asked me to make sure you showed up for class today. If you don't get out of bed in 5 minutes, I'm walking in with a bucket.
You don't have class today. Why are you even up at this time, you little brat? Maybe I could just...
Don't even think about locking the door. I took a copy of the key last week just to make sure.
Damn it. Sighing, I get out of my bed, grabbing my uniform that was lazily thrown over a chair yesterday, and walk to the bathroom. I mean, I'm choosing Shoichi, because, like, I have to. Jeez, I completely missed today's practice. I never thought I'd fall asleep in the library of all places. Guess I really shouldn't have stayed up so late last night playing games. Shoichi. Are you alright?
Yuichi! Yuichi, wait! What are you doing here at this time? Shouldn't you be at practice?
I could ask you the same thing, you know.
I guess you're right on that front. But seriously, what are you doing here at this time?
I kind of felt like studying for a bit, you know, and just to make sure my grades stay up.
Oh, finally taking your studies seriously again. I have to say, I'm happy to see that.
Oh boy. Yeah, except I fell asleep while at the library and only woke up a few minutes ago.
I don't know why I even bothered to expect differently from you.
Don't say such cruel things so easily.
Then don't give me reasons to say those things.
It's not really my fault, though. I stayed up too late while playing a new game that was released last week, and I kind of dozed off because of how comfy the chairs were.
How is that not your fault? That is the definition of your fault.
Alright, I got it. Can you talk about something else?
Like what?
Like, what are you doing here? And why did you look so lost?
Oh. You noticed that, huh?
How long do you think I've known you? Come on. I'm not the... I'm not the one who's, going to get criticized here. Spit it out.
Why do you immediately assume it was something bad?
I don't know. Wishful thinking, maybe?
Why are you wishing for... You know what? I'm not gonna even bother asking that question.
Hey, good call there.
I kinda skipped practice today to work on some stuff for the student council.
Seriously? You've been doing that a lot for the past couple weeks.
Well, the school festival is only getting closer and closer.
Right. I forgot you had to deal with stuff like that. What's the latest crisis?
It wasn't really a crisis today. It was just looking over the budget to make sure that everything was as it should be. Is it bad to say that I was completely shocked that there aren't any problems with it?
Do you really have that little faith in your colleagues? Laughing doesn't... Excuse me. Laughing isn't gonna get you out of this, you know.
Sorry.
Jeez, this guy. You really have to learn to trust other people with their responsibilities. You're gonna burn yourself out before you're 30 if you keep this pace up.
I haven't even turned 20 yet. Can you please not talk about me turning 30?
Heh. I've never taken you for the type to worry about your age.
I mean, there's still so much that I have to do before I'm 30.
Of course you do. I don't even know why I expected a different answer out of you.
What's wrong with what I just said?
For someone that's so quick to point the flaws in other people, you sure are blind to the exact same ones in you. Never mind. Let's just talk about something else. Actually, now that I think about it, are you even free right now? I'm not interrupting you with something, am I? I'll just open this bottle.
Yes.
No, don't worry about that. We finished our meeting a few minutes ago. I've just been, walking up and down the hall whilst mulling over what we've discussed.
Mulling? Never mind burning yourself out by 30. At this rate, you'll be 60 before you even turn 30.
What? What did I do?
Seriously, you're 18. Stop trying to sound so, sophisticated all the time. Mulling? Who even uses that word in a casual setting?
Weirdo.
Never mind that. What are you gonna do now?
Well, I'm not sure. Technically I'm free, but I feel like I should do something else. Probably study for a bit or something.
There you are, overburdening yourself again. You already spent over 2 hours working on council stuff instead of your own practice. Give yourself a break already. You don't even need to study. You're already among the top in the school.
Of course you'd say that. You have no idea how hard it is to keep up with you.
What? I didn't quite hear that. What you said.
Oh, nothing. It's nothing.
Either way, why don't we spend some time together? We still have to begin organizing your father's welcome home party.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised you even remember that.
Why are you surprised? I did promise to help you with it. Do you really have that little faith in me?
Sorry. But I guess you're right. We do still have to organize it. How about we go to your house and discuss it?
Oh, sure. I was starting to think you didn't want me at your place anymore, since you wouldn't invite me over.
Don't be stupid. As if there would be ever come a day where I wouldn't want you around.
That sounded a bit... I think that sounded a bit more romantic than you intended, big guy.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it. Huh.
Sudden awkward mood.
Anyway, we should probably get going already.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Shuichi's house. The house Shuichi started living in after his parents divorced is a bit further than his first house, but it's still it's still in walking distance from both my place and school. It doesn't take us much walking to get there. Whoa, your place is bigger than I remember.
Well, yeah, you haven't visited me in a while, huh?
Almost a full year now.
Damn, it's been that long already? I really have to start paying more attention to this kind of stuff, huh?
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it so much. Things are fine as they are.
If you say so. I guess I'll take your word for it. Either way, I'm gonna go to my room to get changed. Be right back.
Sure. Time to sniff around a little bit. Takahiko-san has been away for 2 months already. And time to see how much Shuichi has messed up the place in his absence.
What are you doing?
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sneak up? You're at my house, you know. It's kind of a given that I'd be here. I was away for less than 5 minutes.
Sorry, I guess. I just wasn't paying attention.
I can see that. Find what you were looking for.
What I was looking for? Whatever are you talking about?
Oh, please. It's clear as day that you were snooping around. Looking for something in particular?
Well... fine, you got me. I was, looking around to see how much of a mess you made while your dad was away.
How much of a... Is your opinion of me really that low?
But I have to say, you surprised me. I didn't, expect the place to be disorganized. Good job.
No, seriously. What the hell are you... what the hell were you expecting from me?
Sorry. I guess that was a rude thing to say. Seriously, you don't have to look at me with such disappointment in your eyes.
I guess I'll, let this one slide, for now, at least.
Thank you. Even if I annoy him from time to time, Shuichi has always been a very reasonable person. That's one of his, many good points.
Alright then. How should we start organizing this thing?
Excuse me. You be in charge of the guest list. And decorations. I'll take care of the food, and I'll place an order for the cake.
Sounds great. Not to mention right up my alley.
As long as you don't come anywhere near the food preparations, this party should be a success. Do you have any idea how many people you'll be inviting? I need to know so I can plan on the meal.
I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm gonna need to get Dad's address book.
40 minutes later. All right. I think I've come up with some cost estimates. Here's how much it'll cost to prepare the menu I have in mind.
Gimme. Deal with the budget is definitely for me. This should do, I guess.
Is it too pricey? I can cut down on some stuff if it is, or maybe I could pitch in and...
Shuichi, calm down. You're already helping with so much stuff for free. I can't ask you to pitch in too. I mean, sure, it's just a tad pricier than I was expecting, but all of this looks delicious. 5 types of sushi, karaage, yakiniku, yakisoba, okonomiyaki. All of this sounds completely delicious. I want to eat all of it.
Okay, I've never actually been a big fan of okonomiyaki. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. Also, I'm not a big sushi fan. I'll be honest. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? No, it's the Asian doesn't like sushi. Yeah, sorry, I just don't like fish. Like, just regular fish. I'm kind of fine with, like, crustaceans and shit. So, like, shrimp and crab and stuff I'm usually okay with. But, like, I don't like normal fishies. I also like squid. I actually like squid a lot, but... regular fish. The only sushi I order is tamago. Because I'm a fucking child. But yeah. Well, I can't promise it'll be anything special, but...
As if! Your food is amazing! I know that for a fact.
Thanks. It kind of feels good to hear.
No problem. I'm just glad we'll get to have good food for the party.
Shuichi starts scribbling something on a piece of paper. I curiously peer at it from behind him. A list of names? Ah, is this the guest list?
Yeah, I gave you a number. A number of people I was going to invite, but I still need to write down the list down myself. I mean, while I'm pretty happy about the menu you prepared, we have to make sure they don't have any food allergies that would make them not be able to eat the food in here.
Huh, you're right about that. It could end up really bad if we don't.
Huh, oh, ain't that right. If we don't prepare accordingly, things could go very wrong very fast.
While I agree with you in this particular case, sometimes you border on obsession. Shuichi, I don't see Hitoko's name on this list.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're not inviting her? How could you? She's your sister.
Don't look at me like I'm some kind of monster. I don't think Dad would be all that comfortable with it is all.
Wait, what? How could his dad not be comfortable having his daughter come over to welcome him?
Look, this is kind of a touchy subject. Can we just drop it?
No, sorry. I can't just let it pass that easily.
Ugh, I was afraid you were gonna say that. It still was worth a shot.
Seriously, Shuichi, she's your sister. How could it be wrong to invite her over?
It's complicated.
Are you sure you're not doing this for your own reasons?
What? How could you think that?
What else am I supposed to think? As far as I know, you've had very little contact with her lately. I might not be great at keeping up with people either, but I've messaged her a few times at least.
Wait, you've been talking to my sister?
Are you really that surprised? I've known her for almost as long as I've known you. Of course also be my friend. In between complaining about me not going to see her often, which I totally take responsibility for, she also said you haven't visited her and your mom for a few months already. She told me she's only seen you a couple times since class started. I let that go because I just assumed you were busy with schoolwork and your club, but now you're not even inviting her?
That's not, Look, Yuichi, it's just... I can't organize my thoughts properly. I'm not surprised you'd take offense to this, though. What with how close you are to Aki, it probably sounds alien to you that I wouldn't see Hitoko all that often. But it's just awkward.
Awkward?
Ever since the divorce, things have been awkward between us. She might not look like it, but Hitoko still resents me for choosing to live with Dad. But I assure you, that's not why I didn't want to invite her. It's just that she really does love Dad, that much I'm sure of. I just don't think he'd be in the right headspace to deal with her.
She's his daughter. That's not an excuse.
You're making things too difficult here. Can you just take my word that I know my family better than you? Just this once, please.
Fine, just this once.
Thanks, I owe you one.
I still can't accept it. Even though my intentions were, when asking about it, weren't malicious, the mood has suddenly turned very heavy and awkward.
How about I go get some snacks, and we can take a break from all the planning?
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'll be right back.
Shuichi walks to the kitchen with hurried steps, his tail tucked away between his legs. It's funny, he's always been so mindful of other people, even when we were kids. He'd just put on a smile on his face and pretend there was nothing affecting him. But his tail had always been a dead giveaway to how he's really feeling. Right now, I guess he must be really conscious of his own reasoning. Yeah. After I asked him about Hitoko. I guess maybe I overstepped my boundaries a little bit. What should I do while I wait for him? I know he already caught me doing this once, but he doesn't seem to mind. Maybe I could snoop around a little more. I can't help but look around. I have a few memories of this house. Let's see. What's the stuff on the table of the coffee? On the coffee table?
I hope some bean paste sweets with milk are good enough for you. It's all I have in the fridge at the moment, and not that you drink milk anyway. Huh? Yuichi?
Shuichi, is this...
Huh?
Shuichi follows my gaze, his eyes landing on some object that I am so fixated on.
Oh, that!
This can't be what I think it is, can it?
It's exactly what you think it is.
What? Yeah. Shuichi picks up a small acrylic box. The way he holds it is so gentle and full of affection. Inside the box is a origami swan. It's poorly made and barely resembles. Ha! We got there. What it's supposed to be at all. But even despite that, there are no marks in this little thing. It's been kept safe and perfectly preserved inside this box.
This is one of the swans you made for me back when I was depressed about my parents getting divorced.
It's been over 4 years? You kept it for all this time?
Why are you so surprised?
That's so cute.
This is something you made for me, as if I could ever throw something like that away.
But didn't I make a ton of them?
65, I kept count. I still have them all inside of a box in my room. It's just that Dad only let me put one on display.
No offense, but why did you choose the ugliest one?
The ugliest one?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember most of them looking way better than this. This one barely even resembles a swan.
Oh, I think I see what you're trying to say. But just for your information, this one is my favorite.
Your favorite?
Yeah, this is the very first one you made for me. It's the one that made me the happiest. Are you alright?
Shit, I have to look away. My face is so red right now for some reason. Yeah, I'm fine. Why did my heart just skip a beat? Anyway, how about we get to the snacks?
Sure.
Good thing Shoichi isn't the sharpest one around. We spent a long time just sitting around and having fun, talking about anything that comes to mind. Having time to spend together, just the two of us, is so rare nowadays. It's good to take the opportunity to just hang out together.
I still can't believe you managed to get out of that one.
Yeah, Shima-sensei was not happy with me over that. We're not talking about anything in particular, and any particular importance. And yet, there's a certain lightness in the air right now. Shoichi, talking to Shoichi like this feels so cozy.
Oh, this reminds me. Shima-sensei was put in charge of supervising the senior year booths for the festival this year.
Seriously, he's been our supervisor since we were freshmen.
I guess that must, they must think he deals with the students in our year the best.
Can't really argue with him on that.
This will be the first time since middle school that we're not doing the preparations for the school festival together. Somehow. It feels kinda lonely when I think about it.
Yeah. I'm still not used to Shoichi being in a different class from me. We always used to study together. We even managed to always sit close to each other. Being in a different class for this is so complicated feeling. I guess we had to get used to it at some point, right?
What do you mean?
Well, you and I really won't really see each other much after we graduate. I'll become a professional, and I'll probably leave the country. You, on the other hand, are going to go to college. Not only will we be busy, but we'll live so far away from each other that we won't have much time to talk. Who knows, we might not even see each other for many years.
I guess you're right. I never gave it much thought. Yeah, you're right. We really have to start getting used to not being together all the time.
Even though he has a smile on his face, his voice sounds so distant right now. Sorry, I said something weird out of nowhere and ruined the mood.
Nah, you're fine. And you're right, we are eventually gonna be separated just like that. That's just how life goes. Most people don't keep in touch with their childhood friends once they become adults. Who knows, 10 years from now, we might be nothing more than distant memories to one another.
What? That's not true.
You said it yourself. We'll probably be living far away from each other. With jobs and worries of our own, we'll probably meet other people during that time too. Eventually, we might just drift apart and stop talking to each other. It's not like it's a rare thing at all.
But still, don't say such things. Like it was nothing. No matter what happens, I think you and I will be friends forever, even if we're not close to each other.
Friends forever? What are you, a schoolgirl? It'd be nice if it were true, though.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Oh, by the way, I just remembered that I have something for you.
Something for me? Shuichi gets up from his seat, walking to a nearby bookcase and opening a drawer on it.
Here.
He hands me a manga. Is this the first edition of The Devil Works as a Nun?
Yup, I knew you'd been looking for it for a few years. I've been secretly searching for it. Dad found it by accident at a Japanese bookstore in Taiwan and shipped it over to me. It arrived yesterday.
Shoichi, this thing is over 30 years old. It's incredibly rare. It must have cost you a fortune.
It's no biggie. I knew you wanted it for the longest time, so I wanted to be the one to give it to you. Of course, tracking it down was harder than I thought. I finally understood why you couldn't find it.
Still, this is bigger. This is such a big thing to give someone. Let me pay you back for it.
Are you out of your mind? This is a present, as if I'd let you pay for it.
But
Shoichi, let me do something nice for you every now and then. I like making you happy.
every now and then, it feels like you're always doing things for me. This book, The Paper Swan. Just today, you've already shown me how considerate and sweet you are. Every now and then, you're always so nice and kind to me. Have I ever really shown him the same amount of kindness?
Hey, Yuichi, are you alright? This isn't the face I expected to see you making when I finally gave you this.
Sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. And don't get me wrong, it's such an amazing gift. I just don't know what to say right now. Shuichi, it's incredible how you can do so much for me, yet act like it's nothing.
But it's really nothing for me. Like I said, I enjoy making you happy. You're my favorite person in the world, so why wouldn't I do nice things for you? Making you happy also makes me happy.
Really, this guy is too much. Shuichi, you really are amazing. I'm so glad to have met you.
What's this all of a sudden? That's such an embarrassing thing to say out of nowhere.
Sorry. Shuichi, thank you. You're the best friend I could have ever asked for. I never stop to think of all the things you've done for me, and yet they've been popping up more and more as of late. It's not as if your attitude changed. I probably just began to be more aware of it. Why is my heart racing so much in my chest?
Either way, we should probably have cut this short. It's getting late already, and I have a pile of work to do.
What? But we're in the middle of Golden Week. Today's the only day of class. You should be free.
I really think schoolwork is the only thing I have to do.
Oh, you really think schoolwork is the only thing I have to do? Okay.
Some people have entrance exams to worry about, and I've been slacking off with my studies for them because of all the student council work. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Oh. I never stopped to think about it. It's true, Shuichi intends to get into college. Maybe I can help you. I know I haven't been the most attentive student lately, but I'm a quick study. I'm sure I can catch up pretty quick.
I doubt you could. You've always been able to show me off when you put your mind to it. That's exactly why I'll say no. If you manage to outdo me when I haven't studied seriously in 3 years, when you haven't studied seriously in 3 years, I'd just die of embarrassment.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I'm still thankful that you took the time to come over here today and help me. Really, thanks a lot, Yuichi. I owe you one.
Don't be stupid. I'm the one who owes you a lot for all the things you've done for me over the years. Alright, I'll get out of your hair so you can't concentrate. Thanks for having me over.
Let me walk you out the door.
On my way back home, I couldn't help but start thinking to myself, I really have to start doing better. Shuichi deserves someone that treats him better than I do. And yet, the thought of giving him away to someone else pains me much more than I thought it would. I have to get better. Okay. Well, we'll end the part here, I think. I'll see you around, everyone.